Beneath the floorboards, it started with a scratching. Every night, just after 3 a.m., Ethan would wake to the sound of nails dragging beneath the wooden floor of his bedroom. At first, he blamed rats or the old pipes of the rental house he'd just moved into, tucked away at the edge of town where no neighbors lived for miles. But the scratching grew louder, more deliberate, like something alive was crawling just beneath him, trying to find a way in. One night, determined to prove it was nothing, Ethan tore up the floorboards himself. There were no pipes beneath, no signs of animals, just cold, empty dirt. But as he stared down into the darkness, something moved. Not quickly, but slowly, rhythmically, as if swaying side to side. He dropped the flashlight and fell back, his heart pounding. The light rolled to the edge of the hole, illuminating just enough to see fingers, long, gray, jointed in all the wrong places, retreating into the soil. The next day, the floor was intact again. He hadn't fixed it. In fact, he hadn't even touched it after he ran. The boards had returned perfectly, cleanly, as if nothing had ever been broken. But that night, the scratching changed. It wasn't just below the floor now. It was inside the walls, the ceiling, even behind the mirror. A deep, guttural voice started to accompany the sounds, speaking in a language Ethan couldn't recognize, but could feel in his bones. It wasn't speaking to him. It was chanting, calling to something older. Then came the dreams. Every time he closed his eyes, Ethan saw a man, or what was left of one, with no face and stitched eyelids, crawling through tunnels made of skin and teeth. The man whispered Ethan's name backwards, over and over, until blood poured from his own mouth and formed symbols Ethan began seeing in real life, carved into trees, scratched into his window, even burnt into his ceiling. On the final night, Ethan tried to leave, but the house had shifted. The front door led only to darkness. The windows showed no world beyond. In the reflection of the TV screen, he saw them. Dozens of pale, eyeless creatures crawling on the ceiling like insects, their heads turning in perfect unison toward him. He never screamed. He couldn't. His jaw wouldn't open. The last thing he heard was the sound of the floorboards lifting,